Welcome to the Swiss Innovation Challenge.
Content zero.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the kickoff of the Swiss Innovation Challenge 2022. A warm welcome from the stage of the Haus der Wirtschaft, the House of the Economy as we call it, here in Pratteln, and I'm very pleased to see in my background actually that many of you are taking part of this kickoff. And let me start by asking you to turn on your camera so we can see you here in the back. It's quite an impressive picture for us. You'll have at first to just look at myself, I guess. But I want to take a minute to explain about the Swiss Innovation Challenge. Well, the entire kickoff ceremony, of course, is about explaining about the Swiss Innovation Challenge, but the fact how the Swiss Innovation Challenge actually started being since it's the 8th edition of this very special, in my opinion at least, challenge here in Switzerland. We'd like to say the Swiss Innovation Challenge is more than a prize. It's a lot of structured support from an entire supporting cast that's here to try to make you and your project better. We try to do that by coaching, mentoring. It's a lot of seminars. It's a lot of feedback, all in all, I want to say. It's also publicity and it's prize money. Special awards, however, I said it's about making you and your project better. The introduction of the panel here, I'd like to start with the ladies first. It's Anja Ullmann. She's in charge of communication, sponsoring, mentoring, and the partnerships of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. Then we have Patrick Geiser with us, who's head of finance at Basilea Pharmaceutica. And he's a mentor of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. I hope you still have time to work after this time edition. Then we have Stefan Filippi. He's the head of the business office of the team who makes this whole thing possible. Next to myself, we have Tobias Eckimann. He's also a member of the team who's organizing the entire challenge. He's also in the Economic Chamber of Basel-Land, where myself, I also am from the Economic Chamber of Basel-Land, sort of the co-founder of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. And I'm very pleased now, though, to introduce the last participant of the panel. This is Dennis Suter. He's the CEO and the co-founder of Condense Zero is the name of the company, and he's actually the winner of last year's challenge. So I thought it's a good thing to start with a little insight from last year's participant, even the winner of the whole thing. And as I remember, Dennis, your company is all about cold. That's what's in my head. You work with, I have to read that, your team develops and produces sample holders for scientific research that operates at low temperatures. And when I say low, it's minus 270 degrees Celsius. That's quite cold, so that's why I remember that. But it's not about your project in specific, it's about the experience you had taking part in the Swiss Innovation Challenge. And first, though, I would like to ask you, where are you now with your project? What's the status of your project currently, almost half a year after winning the project?
Yeah, I think since beginning of the year, we got in more purchase orders. So now we are working hard on these new projects and developing new products in and for our product portfolio.
So all going good for you?
So far, yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Then, of course, an obvious question, why did you apply for the Swiss Innovation Challenge after all?
First, we were working with the Basel-Land Cantonal Bank for getting a bank guarantee for one of our first projects. And then from working with the BLKB, they introduced us to the Swiss Innovation Challenge. So I was talking to Dieter Reinecke, and he basically motivated me to apply here. And also, I think in the long term, when we are looking for investors, just being part of the Swiss Innovation Challenge would give us a quality stamp, would make our lives easier later.
Okay, great to hear. And when you look back now, after it's been an intense 8 months, I would say, that's all together. So, what is your take, like your key takeaways?
Well, I think after every round, the feedback that we got was very extensive, and then it was very concrete as well, so we could implement them point by point. And so I think when I just look at the pitch from feedback round to feedback round, it increased massively. And what I take away from the whole program, especially, was working together with our Swiss Innovation Challenge coach, Nicola Lelli from Clariant, because he gave us really some more insights how to think more strategically in the long term for our company, and just gave us more confidence after working with him.
Very good. And now we have all the 100 participants here in the back, and they're listening to you as somebody who did the whole program. If you had to give them some tips, some recommendations, what would that be? Yeah,
I think I would harp again on the feedback. So basically, when you get the feedback from your mentor or from the feedback rounds, from the pitches, try to implement every point that or every feedback point that you get for the next round of pitches.
All right. Thank you very much, Dennis. A special thank you. I didn't mention that he came from Zurich to Portland, so he actually he must have liked the Swiss Innovation Challenge experience and the auditorium here. So
of course.
Coming back, very good. Nice to hear that. Now I would like to give a pass over to Stefan Filippi. After this event, you guys will all get a handbook, sort of, where most of what is now presented will be part of, but I think it's good to have Stefan running us through the program and through all the possibilities that are offered to you by the Swiss Innovation Challenge.
Well, good evening, everybody. Also, very warm welcome from my side. It's a pleasure to be here, to have so many participants attending for this kickoff event, and I will introduce you a little bit to the challenge itself, our selection phases, the pitches, timeline, and all this stuff. In the manual, there's much more information actually that I explain now, around 60 pages. So almost every question you might have concerning the challenge will be explained in the manual, at least I hope so. So let's start, brief overview. We talked about it's a supporting program, several months. We have 3 phases. All the participant gets the possibility to get some supporting activities. This could be coaching, this could be the seminars, or this could be the mentoring. Each of these phases completed by a pitch, so we will present in front of a jury, and the jury will judge about the project and will decide who comes to the next round or not. First prize, 20,000 francs, second and third, each 5,000, and we have these 2 special prizes. We will hear about that more afterwards from Tobias. So the support offer, you're free to decide if you would like to spend time with us or not. So it's really like a cafeteria principle. You can choose whatever you like. It's not mandatory to do all these things, but of course, we hope you, at least a few of you, will attend to the seminars, will do the coaching and the mentorship, and I think it's absolutely worth it. We have a lot of good infos, a lot of good input with some excellent coaches, some really great mentors, and also with a few very, very good lecturers. If you would drop out in one of the phases of this competition, unfortunately, 75% of all participants, it will happen. So that's the rule of the challenge. At the seminars, you can still attend. All the other offers like mentoring and coaching, this is combined with the round you're in. This is just an overview about the seminars we have. It's a lot. We are offering like financing, presenting. We have corporate law, we have innovation management, sustainable entrepreneurship, lean startup, a lot of different offers. Just to announce, the first 2 seminars, you already got an invitation by mail during the last days. The 2 first seminars will be on site here in this building we are actually right now. You also got a link in the mail where you can apply for the seminars. Please do so. We need to know how many people will be here in front or on site for the seminars, so that we can book the right rooms and that we really can organize everything in advance, that it will work properly. So most of the seminars are as well in English as in German. Means if they are on site in the morning, we will have a seminar, in the afternoon another one. So if you're coming to Pratteln, you will have 2 seminars at one day, and of course vice versa in German. A few of the seminars, in concrete, 8 of them will be online, also most of them in both languages. Just 2 of our seminars are once only in German, once only in English. Then we have the coaching as an important element of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. In the first round, you have the entry interview with myself, and there we are discussing which person could be interesting for you. Second and third round, you will be free to choose. You will see in the manual all our coaches, their specialities, their short CV, so that you can choose the right coach for you. And of course, if you have questions, you can always come back to me or Wolf-Dieter Reinecke. Time budget, first phase 1 hour, second phase 2 hours, and it's self-explaining, third phase 3 hours. And of course, you can change coaches between the phases, in the phase. This means in the end you could work together with 6 different coaches if you come to the finals. These just some insights how the coaches look. I will not give some detailed information on them. You will find everything in the manual. Then I'd like to introduce you a little bit our management team. On the one side, Wolf-Dieter Reinecke. He is at the moment teaching in Vietnam. He's our technical and scientific head. Then myself, you get already introduction to myself. We had Anja here, responsible for communication, sponsoring, and mentoring and partnerships. Then we have our steering committee, Beat Rötlisberger from the Basel Landschaftliche Kantonalbank, and Christoph Buser. He did the introduction, so you already know him from the Chamber of Commerce. Then we have Ari Verkoy. He is from the University of Applied Sciences and Art, Northwestern Switzerland, and he is also president of the jury, and Wolf-Dieter Reinecke, colleague from myself, also from the university. I'm also working at the university. That's a short overview on the timeline of our competition. You will find this also in the manual. So we had registration today. It's the live streaming kickoff event. Then we will start with the coaching. You will get access to a lot of seminars. In mid of May, you have to submit your innovation description. Also, therefore, you will get some infos by mail and also in the manual. And beginning of June will be the first pitch, first presentation in front of a jury. Afterwards, the mentoring is starting with those who come to the second round. We have the submission of the business plan. You have the submission of the draft presentation. You will get feedback on both. And second pitch will be at beginning of September, sorry, excuse myself. Then you will have to hand in a submission of an implementation plan, a draft presentation again by mid of September, and end of October will be the final pitch. Award ceremony will be at end of November. So it's quite a long journey, but we hope it will be worth it. We look a little bit at the procedure of our competition. First stage, it's about describing the innovative idea. Second stage, it's about bringing the innovation into a business plan. And third stage, it's about implementation. We start with around 100 teams, select at the first pitch 250 teams, then in the second pitch around 25, and from these 25 we will select the 3 winners of the competition 2022. We look a little bit at the evaluation logic of our challenge. Each pitch will have a different focus. That's very important, that you really lay the focus in your pitches on the criteria we look at. The jury can evaluate all the pitches with 1 to 6 points in different aspects. We have the innovation content, we have the customer benefit or proof of concept, we have the competitor analysis, the financial planning and the financial requirements, market entry, midterm objective, scaling, and the skills competences of the team. And always we look at the presentation itself. In the first round, we focus on the green line, so innovation content and customer benefit. You will get awarded 1 to 6 points. In the second round, we look at the competitor analysis and the financial planning. Again, 1 to 6 points. And the points from the first pitch will be taken over to the second pitch. In the third pitch, final pitch, it's the same points from the second pitch, from the first pitch will be taken over to the final. I explain this a bit more in detail. First stage, description of the innovation. You will get a template to fill out, a 2-page about your innovative idea. Everything is again written in the manual. The pitch will last 3 minutes, 3 minutes Q&A, and the pitch will be here exactly on the stage we are at the moment. 50 of the 100 teams reach the second stage. These are the elevation criteria of the first pitch. Again, what I said before, and you see we focus on innovation content and customer and on presentation. Of course, you have to address all the points to tell a complete story about your project. So also tell a little bit about other things, but do not focus on. There will just these 3 criteria we look at. Means if a rough storyboard could be presentation of the idea of the customers around half of the time, and for the rest of the time just address the other points very briefly. This is the jury at work last year, and you see same stage as we are on now, and we hope it will look almost the same in this year round. Second stage, it's about business plans, so you will hand in a business plan. Again, what we accept to be in a business plan will be written down in the manual. It's just the normal stuff every business plan should have in. You will get access to Get Launched. That's a website where you can easier create the business plan if you would like. And of course, for all of these things, always a good management summary is essential. You hand this in, and you will get a review from our side. These things I explain in the introduction interview a little bit more in detail. You will also hand in your draft presentation. You will get a feedback on. And again, second pitch here on site. First pitch has the possibility to do it, if necessary, online. Second and final pitch, you have to be on site. That's mandatory. 5 minutes, 5-minute Q&A for the second pitch. And around 25 will come into the finals. That's again the selection criteria. Again, the same as you have seen for the first pitch, but the jury focuses on competitor analysis and all the financials, and they have the ability to do some adjustments for the first 2 points for the innovation content and the customer benefits. So the points from the first round will be taken over to the second round, and the jury has the possibility to do some adjustments if they think, well, innovation content should be rated a little bit higher or a little bit lower. They have the possibility to do so, and all these things will count into the total of the points, and you will get a total, and we will see who is in the next round. Again, here, a rough storyboard. You should focus at least half of the time on the competitor analysis. Of course, a little bit shorter than the financials. The financials are much more important. So we Yeah, we would say it should be around 2 minutes to focus on the financials. Again, innovation itself, customers, and the other points should be addressed very, very briefly, that you tell a whole story, but you should focus really on the points marked out here in green. Then we come to the final stage. It's about final presentation. Here again, you will hand in some paper. It's an implementation plan. Also here you have all the details in the manual what we expect. Again, here you will get a review of these. Wolf Dieter and myself will always do the reviews. And again, here you will have to hand in a draft presentation and you will get a review from our side. Final pitch, 7 minutes Q&A. Again, here on the stage we are right now. And all the review things and all the stuff I explain in the introduction interview a little bit more in detail. The evaluation criteria for the final pitch look like that. It's again the same points. We focus this time on market entry and market development, midterm objective and scaling, and the skills, competences of the teams. All the other points from the first, second pitch will be taken over. Again, the jury has the possibility to do some adjustments for innovation, contact, customer benefit, and all these points. So it's always, we take the points over to the next round. There is some possibility to do some adjustments, and all the points together summed up will get the final result, and we know who will win Swiss Innovation Challenge 2022. Again, here, rough storyboard. You should focus on the green parts that you really spend a lot of time there, at least half of the presentation and half of the presentation for all the other points. These are some impressions from the final pitch last year, and procedures of the pitching are always the same. You hand in some documents, there is a review process. We will have pitch training before first and second pitch. Actually, first seminar on the 22nd of April will be about pitching. You will get directly verbal feedback after the pitch, and of course later the filled out criteria sheet. We will record all the pitches so that you can see how your presentation was. And yeah, as I said, second final pitch has to be on site. Procedure, you come in, you set up, you do the presentation, we have the brief Q&A session, and we have, again, you leave the room and you will get feedback. Very, very simple, very easy, and everything is explained before in email and in the manual. Important dates. I'm already running out of time, so therefore I will not go in detail. Today kickoff, submission, you can read it here. First pitch, beginning of June. Second stage, all the dates, the important dates to hand in some paperwork, to get a review on all these things. And at the end, the second pitch, beginning of September. And third stage, again, you hand in some things, some paperwork, you hand in draft presentation, you get the feedback, and we have the final pitch in end of December and the award ceremony 1 month later. Impression from the live streaming award winning ceremony last year, and now I'm over with my presentation. Thank you very much for attention, and I hand over.
Yes, thank you, Stefan, for the presentation. The final pitch is not at the end of December, it's at the end of November. But anyway, I see we have some messages coming in. I want to inform you that after the live streaming here, you do get the handbook, a handout. And for those who want the slides that were presented, please reply to the email you get. We're not sending that automatically. Data, a lot of data, big size, but for those who want to have the slide in addition to the handbook, you of course can have them, and just reply to the email. That was one question that came in. I also want to mention that after the next few program steps, we will have at the end a Q&A for questions that might still be around, for stuff that you haven't been informed about. So stay ready for the Q&A. And now it's time for Anja Ullmann. I'd like to hand over to her. Sorry, wrong. First, the video of our sponsor, the address of our sponsor, very important, of course. Please.
Hallo miteinander, ganz herzlich willkommen bei der diesjährigen Ausgabe vom Swiss Innovation Challenge 2022. Toll, dass ihr mit dabei sind. Mein Name ist Beat Rötesberger, ich leite den Geschäftsbereich Unternehmenskundenberatung bei der BLKB. Mit mir ist der Co-Projektleiter von unserem Programm 100 fürs Baselbiet, der David Sutter. David, toll, dass du dabei bist.
Herzlich willkommen auch von meiner Seite. Wir sind hier im Coworking Space, der 5th Floor in Muttens, mitten im Baselbiet. Beat, was macht denn die Region hier aus?
Das Baselbiet, also die ganze Region Basel, ist ein ganz toller Wirtschaftsstandort. Man sieht, dass hier in Muttens wir sind in der direkten Nachbarschaft von der Fachhochschule Nordwestschweiz. Ein ganz vielfältiges Bildungsangebot, das natürlich ein toller Nährboden ist, um sich weiterentwickeln. Was auch ein ganz wichtiger Punkt ist, ist eigentlich der internationale Anschluss der Region, ein direkter Zugang zum EU-Raum.
Wir haben von den grossen Konzernen bis hin zu KMUs, die Weltmarktführer sind in ihrer Nische. Und ich glaube, das ist ein hervorragendes Umfeld für Start-ups, um Synergien mit diesen Firmen zu schaffen.
Also genau die Vernetzung, die du erwähnst, das ist eigentlich eines der Fokusgebiete von uns als Bank. David, was haben wir denn bis jetzt schon erreichen mit dem Programm?
Bis jetzt haben wir über 9 Millionen Franken in mehr als 25 Start-ups investieren und das in den letzten 2,5 Jahren. Was ist eigentlich die Motivation der BLKB, dass wir überhaupt die Start-ups so fest unterstützen?
Wir möchten regionale Innovationskraft mit regionalem Kapital verbinden. Und das zwar so, dass die ganze Region davon profitieren kann schlussendlich.
In diesem Coworking Space sind wir ja auch ab und zu da. Und ich finde es unglaublich, wie viel Innovation hier drin steckt und wie viele Startups auch hier drin sind. Und ich würde vielleicht vorschlagen, wir können vielleicht gerade mal schauen, was die hier genau machen.
Wir sind jetzt im Labor von der Resistel. Resistel ist ein Start-up, das 2020 den Sonderpreis Life Sciences gewonnen hat im Swiss Innovation Challenge. Die wachsen relativ schnell, das ganze Team. Es ist ein sehr junges Team, dynamisch, haben mittlerweile über 20 Leute und sind immer noch am Einstellen. Also
Okay.
es geht weiter mit dem Wachstum.
Es geht etwas vorwärts.
Schön, dass ihr uns auf dieser kleinen Tour durch den 5th Floor in Muttens mit begleitet habt. Jetzt bleibt uns nur noch, euch alles Gute zu wünschen für den diesjährigen Wettbewerb. Wir vom Sponsorteam von der BLKB drücken euch die Daumen. Macht's gut.
So, hello and good evening. My name is Anja and I'm responsible for communication and sponsoring, mentoring and partnerships of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. It's a great pleasure for me to give you firstly a brief overview of our marketing and communication activities. Afterwards, I will speak about the mentoring program and conduct an interview with one of our lovely mentors, Mr. Patrick Geiser. Let me start with our website, where you can get a good overview of the Swiss Innovation Challenge in general. Many things worth knowing, like impressions, interviews from participants, presentation of all participants, short videos, tools and interesting information, and impression of the events. In terms of marketing and communication, we have undertaken a wide variety of measures. For example, we did a Switzerland-wide telemarketing and a personal visits to co-working spaces and innovation parks. We created a wonderful flyer in German as well as in English. We've produced roll-up banners in co-working spaces and innovation parks. We launched Google Ads and social media campaigns. We sent a wide range of newsletters and we created for you our starter kit, an LED bulb, which you should receive in the meantime. We have spared no efforts to promote the Swiss Innovation Challenge, and therefore I would like to draw your attention to the following activities. We announced the start of the 8th edition of the Swiss Innovation Challenge via FinNews, MoneyCap, Cash, Handelszeitung, Organisator, Sonntagszeitung, Unternehmerzeitung and NZZ. In addition, we published the start of SIC by Swiss EF through social media and by BEI. Furthermore, we published an online article and a newsletter by Booster magazine. We were supported by ETH Zurich, the Entrepreneur Club, and the Blue Lion Stiftung. Our networking partners, Swiss Startup Association and Westhive, distributed newsletters and supported us with social media activities. On this slide, you see a few examples of the look and feel of our campaigns and the starter kit. Public relation is a key point for us. We spread out 3 press releases per year for the Swiss Innovation Challenge. The first one will be distributed this evening right after the kickoff. We provide a greater awareness through other websites and industry portals. Furthermore, we regularly communicate about the innovation program via the Standpunkt der Wirtschaft, with a Switzerland-wide circulation of over 140,000 copies and a circulation of around 35,000 copies in the Basel area. Our valued cooperation partners, BLKB and Hamex, help us to place blog articles on their websites. Social media activities are very important. We count on your active support and will inform you about the news at first via social media. Our aim is to build a wide community in order to be connected with the participants and to raise profile on social networks. A big thank on our partner IWF Communications, who supported us in this field. We are very happy to increase the number of our followers on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram during the last 2 years, and we would like to ask you to follow us on our channels. The most important event of the Swiss Innovation Challenge is the award-winning ceremony during the Economic Day. The event has a high media profile because a federal councillor also attends and welcomes the spectators. In advance of the award-winning ceremony, we will visit the 3 winners and shoot exclusive videos. Due to Corona, the award-winning ceremony took place as a virtual event in the auditorium of the Conference and Event Center in Pratteln and was hosted by Rainer Maria Salzgeber, a well-known TV presenter. A wonderful last impression of the online award-winning ceremony was our last winner, Condon Zero. Also from my side, a big thank to Dennis for his visit today and his willingness to talk about the competition and to share his experience. So what's new in terms of marketing this year? You get the opportunity to book an interesting photo and video package per pitch. Photos and videos are taken by a professional team during the pitches and by arrangement. More information will follow in May this year. Now I would like to move quickly to the mentoring part, which I have newly taken over. Mentoring is provided by the Baselland Economic Chamber. Participation in mentoring is like participation in seminars. To be understood as an option, it means the decision regarding the participation is up to you. What is the goal of mentoring? It's an improvement of your innovation project as an overarching objective. The mentoring itself is a free exchange between you and your mentor. And there's one important thing. Mentoring is intended for participants from the second round of the competition, which means that you have to pass the first pitch. What is the mentoring process like? Firstly, checking the needs of mentoring. Secondly, determination of the requested mentoring competencies. Thirdly, asking for business and industry skills. Fourth, matchmaking by us with the existing mentoring pool. And fifth, providing the mentor and the mentee with necessary data and information for getting in contact and for preparing the meeting. Now, I would like to introduce to you one of our wonderful mentors, Mr. Patrick Geiser. Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
So great that you are here. Thank you very much for your time and your willingness to talk about your experiences in mentoring. Are you ready?
Yes, thank you.
Great. How long have you been working as a mentor for the SIC?
2 years.
What motivated you to become a mentor?
It motivated me to have an access to excellent innovation, excellent projects, and also I'm convinced we have here an excellent region of Basel, and I also wanted to give back some excellent mentoring I received.
What experiences in particular can your mentees benefit from?
Well, I'm head of finance Basilea Pharmaceuticals since more than 15 years, including IT as well. Basilea Pharmaceutica is a listed, SIC listed company. Market cap is more than 500 million. And you have access then through me to all this experience in the last many years. We went global through Europe and North America, inclusive Asia. We had many restructuring. So it was all kind of startup world. In addition, I was 7 years chair of the investment committee, YMCA. This is the global biggest NGO. I'm also a board member of Digital Basel, and we are currently moving with Basilea to the Swiss Innovation Park main campus in the Baselink area. This is the biggest and most important cluster in Europe. So there are many interesting access and contacts you would receive through me.
Wow, I'm impressed of your track record. What are recurring challenges you have encountered with your mentees?
There is sometimes the point that they ask after 1 minute, what is really the idea? So maybe if I may mention that, so be crystal clear, elevate the pitch, what is really your idea, what you want to achieve. And secondly, what is also a point, is the global market. Is there really a global market, and who is really your customer?
What recommendations would you like to give to the participants from a mentor's perspective?
Stick to be a founder. When you're originally a founder and you start up, you had creativity and a lot of ideas. Stick to that and don't lose the track in execution.
My last question, is there anything else what you would like to share with me and our participants?
Yes, and this is for me is really important, and I'm grateful that I can mention that here. Keep in mind, you have an excellent network. It's not only your idea and startup you're currently here, it's you, your personality, and your network. And be aware that this is really valuable, and that if you connect that with the other networks from the other people, really great things will increase and grow over the next couple of years.
Many, many thanks. It was really, really helpful and interesting.
You're welcome.
I'm handing over to Tobias, who will explain now the special awards a bit more in detail.
Yes, I'm happy to introduce to you the special awards of the Swiss Innovation Challenge. There are 2 of them. First, there is the special award of life science, and then there is the special award of construction. In order to be eligible for the special award of life science, the project is to deal with an aspect in the field of life science or medtech. In addition to medical technical projects, sector-specific IT or management innovations are also accepted. The special prize is donated by the organization of HEMIX and in the form of in-kind services worth 25,000 francs, divided into 2 prizes. The first prize is an in-kind service worth 15,000 francs, and the second prize is an in-kind service worth 10,000 francs. And now I'd like to speak about the award of construction, special award of construction. The prize is awarded for the most innovative project in the field of construction industry. It is donated by the non-profit organization Ulrich Stamm Charitable Foundation, which was founded in 2001 by Ulrich Stamm, the former head of today's Stamm Bau AG. The special construction prize is endowed with 10,000 francs. And admitted projects that have been selected by the jury can participate. Participants will be invited by the head of the office, but however, unsolicited applicants can also be part of it. So if you feel like you are eligible, just tell the head of the office and we'll let you know. There are no additional documents needed or required, so it's quite easy to participate. And the evaluation process runs parallel to the main competition. So it's easy to participate, and I wish you all the best for it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you everyone on the panel. I hope you did get a good overview of what the Swiss Innovation Challenge is all about. Now, as I announced, we'll do a Q&A now for possible questions, and I want to ask you again to please put on the screen, better yet the camera, so we can see you on the screen, and whoever wants to ask a question, please raise your hand, and when you ask the question, tell us who you're asking the question to. I'm waiting for information from our technical team, if there are any questions. No questions as of now, so I think we were crystal clear on our side, and I don't want to make it too late. I want to wait 5 more seconds, so if there are no hands coming, no flags up, then this has been it. I think this is it, and since we're not at the Olympics, we're not going to light any flames, but we thought we want to do a symbolic gesture, and we would like to all together light up the lamp that you all should get also to start officially the Swiss Innovation Challenge 2022. And once this lamp is on, the live stream is basically over. So thank you everybody for participating. I hope to see you on the first pitch and in the program. Now I wish you a nice evening and thank you for participating. 3, 2, 1, light up. Thank you very much.